So I would say that you basically hit on it at the end there.
Yeah.
And my biggest negative is that I felt like I knew the whole movie almost.
Yeah.
And the only thing that we didn't know was basically how they take that tough decision and what they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
And that was, why do you put in the trailer that it's trading your baby for the Earth?
Yeah. That's such a huge important
I mean,
part
that's
of
the whole thing
movie.
right there. That's the whole
It's
thing.
the
I will
whole
say I never
crisis.
saw that trailer,
Yeah.
fortunately. Wow.
Be glad you did.
Yeah, because you didn't. Yeah, because they released like 4 trailers now at this point.
Because
you know?
at this rate, I'm like I told him after the movie, I'm like, I'm gonna watch the first trailer now, and I'm not gonna watch trailers anymore after that. At this rate.
So I don't want to know any more about it.
Yeah.
Guys, it was insane that they had, and that was in the last trailer. The very last trailer released was that Galactus tells her she has to give her baby. And I was like, why would you put that important of a scene or a plot point in the trailer?
Right.
Like, that
Because
would
I wouldn't have guessed that otherwise, right?
Yeah, that would have been a great thing to find out in
Exactly.
real
And
time.
I mean, in all fairness, so he may have walked in not knowing it, so your experience might have been different than ours.
Yeah, I would
having
say so,
known and
yeah.
seen that. So
Yeah, it sucked that we knew that going in.
Yeah.
And that ended up being the most important part of the movie. The whole crux of the thing, is that.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, the trailers are getting out of hand, man. I'm getting. I think in general in the culture now, we're getting too many trailers. We're getting too much information on what the movies are going to be about. I want to go back to the one trailer days. Yeah, one trailer a year before it comes out, and that's all you get. And
or you give us a teaser trailer like the Odyssey's done. Shout out Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
And
Odyssey,
now we'll get like one trailer, maybe,
and one
a little bit more action in it, and then we're gonna get the movie.
Yeah, I got no idea what the Odyssey is supposed to be. I mean, I know it's about
Obviously,
Odysseus, obviously, but I don't know. Is there going to be a supernatural element?
Oh
to
yeah.
it? Is it just going to be? Is it going to be more grounded and
like no gods and stuff?
No
Maybe
gods,
just
all that kind
actually,
of, which I'm assuming it might be, but I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, from our first teaser trailer, it appears it could be that way.
Yeah, it could. I mean, it could go either way. We don't know anything.
You really don't know. Yeah, you really don't know, which is great.
Yeah.
So I love that, man. I want to get back to that where I don't know what I'm gonna get when going into it. I was already like semi excited about the Fantastic Four just because how much I love the Fantastic Four. Like I was excited about it, and the first trailer I saw, I was like, this looks like it could be kind of cool. But yeah, knowing that much about it really made me upset. Like I was really pissed off about it.
Like this is a shout out to Gen Z. It's okay to be a little bored and not know everything.
Yeah, it's gonna make it that much better in the end, guys.
Yeah, the payoff is that much better. Like, as much as I want the movie to come out in 6 months, I think it'd probably be pretty sweet to see it in 18 months and then and be excited for it, and not know much about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Build it up, and then when it comes, when the time comes, it's gonna feel that much better. I'm trying to keep it clean.
I was you have a bit of a smirk on your face, and now you're being a little gross. Yeah, now you're being a little gross.
Yeah, take your time. Don't be in such a rush. Don't be in such a rush. You'll both. Everybody's gonna enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, no, definitely. So this is like the biggest negative about it. And I think I love like the first 2/3 of the movie. The last third of the movie, I kind of started not liking it, only for. Let's see how I can explain this quickly. Nah, I'm not gonna do it quickly. F it. So it feels like this movie has gotten back to where Marvel was a little bit in their heyday when they're like doing really good movies. And I think that's good, but it's also bad because I still think the MCU, like Marvel, Disney, they're afraid to take chances. So the last quarter of this movie was very predictable. Like like a great example is when like Johnny's gonna sacrifice himself. Like, I was like, okay, Johnny's gonna sacrifice himself. That is great. That would be a great scene, and he gets lost, and maybe he comes back later, but he gets lost in space, and that's the sacrifice. Nope, the Silver Surfer comes in, has the 2-second. We just talked about this shit 2 weeks ago. The 2-second redemption arc, where like the Silver Surfer is a piece of shit this whole time, been doing shitty things to planets, and in the last 2 seconds, she comes in to sacrifice herself. We're supposed to be like, oh yay, now we love the Silver Surfer. No, that's horrible writing. That's a bullshit plot point. And it's horribly done. I hate that shit. The same with the Scourge we talked about it 2 weeks ago. Scourge from Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
Piece of shit the whole movie. Does a last stand at the last minute, and we're all supposed to be like, oh, yay, Scourge was a good guy. Like, no, like that was horrible. It's horribly done. And then when Sue does her thing, and it seems like she died, there wasn't 1 second where I was like, she's not fucking dead.
Right, yeah.
There wasn't a single beat.
Yeah.
They were not going to take those chances. They weren't going to ever have any consequences, and everyone was going to be fine at the end, as every MCU movie does, other than, Endgame, obviously. And I think the Marvel is still afraid to take those chances of either having major consequences or having someone die off. And I get this is the first movie. Don't kill off anybody in the first movie, sure, whatever.
But don't do it.
But they're not going to do it though.
Yeah,
they're not going to do it. You know, and like I was talking to Sean about it. There's a comic book series in like the 2010s called The Death of the Johnny Storm, and he sacrifices himself to close off this dimensional portal to keep all like Ultron's army from coming through. Or maybe it was an Ultron, but I think it was Ultron. But anyway, he sacrifices himself, and the last panel is him getting overwhelmed, and you think he dies, and that's called The Death of Johnny Storm. Eventually, he finds his way back. He's still alive. But like that would have been a great like have Johnny actually do the sacrifice because he does that thing, tell Franklin I love him or whatever, and then he hits Galactus into the portal and he's lost in space for however long, and eventually the great redemption is him coming back at some point in the later movies.
Maybe in another movie.
Yeah, that would have been
that would have been great. Actually,
that would have been a great thing. Cool. Yeah,
it could have been a payoff in Doomsday or something.
Yeah, Doomsday or Secret Wars. Somehow he has a big moment where he comes back and everyone like that. That would have been great. But instead, the Silver Surfer sacrifices herself, and I don't give a shit about the Silver Surfer. Because who cares? There's nothing. We don't know enough about her, and she did the 2-second redemption thing that I fucking hate. Yeah. So
I mean, I didn't necessarily like hate her character because they do kind of show that she does have some sense of empathy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because she is, you know, she tells him like, you know, die with your loved ones, you know, once it's translated and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't hate it, but I do 100% see what you're saying. Like she all of a sudden like, okay, now she did something great or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Basically, what we're saying is Marvel Studios take more chances.
Yeah, take more chances, raise the stakes sometimes,
right?
You know, have some consequences. Like, make
it feel and my thing too, you know, agreeing with all of that is don't play like that game, where Sue dies. Is like we know she's not dead. Like you're not. I wish I knew somebody in that audience thought she was dead, so I could just get up out of my seat quietly. Walk over, walk down, go through the aisle, say, "It's you? What's the matter with you? They don't. You're that doesn't even make sense. You thought she's dead. Take another one."
Yeah.
So don't play that obvious game. Trying to play on our emotions and all this kind of nonsense is like, it's like you said. You don't believe it. You don't have any sort of emotional investment.
Nothing, man.
In that.
Yeah,
so
I didn't feel.
I was just waiting for it to end.
Yeah. I feel like yeah, exactly.
I mean, when it comes down to that, sometimes it's like you think about like all the best TV shows is they always end on crazy cliffhangers, and it's like we had this movie like that. It definitely stands on its own now, but it's like, you know, give us something where we're like, oh yeah, I gotta see how it comes into the next one, and just give us a little more something. That is going to leave us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, true, exactly. Yeah, so I mean,
that would have been great too, like Johnny doing that sacrifice.
I immediately was like, for a second, I was like, oh, if they do that, this is gonna be great. And then the fucking
because I gotta admit, like I didn't think it was. I mean, obviously it didn't happen, and I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
like I didn't think, okay, something's gonna happen to him. Like no, I know nothing's gonna happen.
It's too soon.
Yeah. Right, but if something did happen to him, then I would have been like, oh damn,
I
didn't see that coming.
Like, good shit, Feige. Good shit.
It's about
taking
time.
some chances. Yeah, but it feels very reminiscent of their old stuff, which I don't know. Can you really call this progression because they've had to like come back from doing a lot of shitty movies and then come back to where they were to make it a pretty decently good movie, but it's still the same as their old movies? Like, are we really moving forward with the Marvel movies, or are we just kind of going back to what people liked and being comfortable and being safe? Because the movie overall did feel very safe. Like there wasn't a lot more else outside of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess again, Marvel's first family, they're gonna want to keep it safe. They're gonna want to get people there, and you know,
Marvel needs a win too. You know, they needed a win, and they needed the first family to have a great story that everyone's gonna love. Right. I get it, but this is movie number 36 in the MCU, I think, or project number 36 in the MCU, and it's like the same as, like I said, same as Iron Man in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? And I think, I don't know. I'm hoping to see some progression at some point, something new, because the superhero fatigue that we talked about 2 years ago is still there, and even doing this multiple times is going to get old. You know.